Hello, everyone. Welcome to spring of 2025. My name is Brian Vickers. I'm going to be your instructor for data analysis and interpretation during this first 8-week session. So what this video is going to do is just sort of give an introduction to the class. We're going to go over the syllabus, the due dates for assignments, the expectations of work, and so forth. So I'm going to sort of scroll through the syllabus here as I talk, but I want to start by saying that this class is primarily to teach you about creating spreadsheets, to look at data and to interpret it. There's going to be an element of it, which is data visualization. So basically, you've got a bunch of numbers. What do they mean? Okay, now you know what they mean. How do I show other people what they mean? If you're in administration, if you're a leader in your company and you're trying to get this information to your decision makers, you've got to be able to explain the information to them. And so part of the work is going to be on that. We're going to work with Excel. What invariably happens every semester I've taught this class is that I have a number of students who have very little familiarity with Excel or are very intimidated by it. And by the end of it, you guys are all thoroughly integrated with it. You understand it fully. It happens semester after semester after semester. I have a lot of people with anxiety about it going in and coming out. Man, this is really actually pretty intuitive and workable. And everyone that comes through this class is a lot better at this program by the end of it. I love teaching this class. As a former non-traditional student myself, I came back to school with 60 credit hours when I was 37 years old to finish my bachelor degree. So I know a lot of the struggles you guys are going through as non-traditional students and can fully appreciate and empathize with those. So I try to make the learning environment as easy as I can for you guys to understand it. I know that everybody learns differently. So I'm very available by email, by Zoom. If there's anything you're not getting at any point, just reach out to me. We'll find a time that works for us to meet, and we'll take care of those issues, any kind of deficiencies in the way that I've taught previously through the lectures, or any kind of information that's not quite making sense. We'll find another way to make it make sense and get you through this class. So without further ado, again, my name is Brian Vickers, still Mr. So when you're emailing me, not Doctor yet. Hopefully this will be true by the spring 2026 session. I am currently working on my doctorate with expected completion date of this December. And just a little bit more about myself. I was in the casino industry for about 15 years in casino management. And that's why I never finished my degree. I never needed it. I was advancing through the casino industry. And when I decided to change careers, I found out that I couldn't check that box on that application that said 4-year degree, and then I couldn't get an interview. So all my experience and all my references didn't matter because I couldn't get into the interview stage. Once I came back to school, decided I actually really love it. Went on to get my master's, got accepted as a full-time faculty member. This is the start of my 4th year here at NSU. And I've been teaching for the Reach Higher program in this class since my 2nd semester here as an instructor. I really love it here. I'm looking to get my doctorate to hopefully one day get into assistant professor role instead of an instructor role, get in that tenure track position. But that's my bio. And in our introductory assignment, I look forward to learning more about you guys. All right. Back to what I was saying. Here's the syllabus. Brian Vickers is me. Instructor email. This is the best way to get a hold of me. My phone number is here. I'm only in Tahlequah in my office on Tuesdays. This will forward from the office phone number to my phone number, but the best way to get a hold of me is via email. And then most of the answers I can answer via email. And then if not, we can set up a time to talk over the phone or on Zoom. My office hours where I'm available readily are 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday and Thursday, virtually. Tuesday, 10 a.m. to noon, I'm in Tahlequah before I teach my 12:30 class, so I can meet in person or Zoom, and then other times by appointment. So this is just a guideline, not a hard rule as far as when I can be made available to meet with you guys. This class is online, asynchronous. All your due dates are going to be on Sunday nights at 11:59 p.m. So you've got throughout the whole week, whether weekday to do your work, or weekend works better for you. There's plenty of times to find to get it done. But even though it's asynchronous, we don't meet in at a designated time. I will have all of the lecture material open for you guys to view on Blackboard very early on in the semester. And then every Sunday night, you've got an assignment or two due. This is a 3 credit hour class where you guys are going to learn about basic leadership theories in the whole program. But in this specific class, you're going to be able to apply some elementary statistical applications to various business cases, use Excel to extract data, interpret data, do some presentation, being able to present to your C-suite when you are the analyst or whatever the case is really important skill. Depending, it doesn't matter if you're an analyst or an administrator or even an operations manager, you're still going to have to present something to somebody at some point. A lot of the learning of the chapter material is going to be self-guided. You're going to read through the chapter, do a chapter quiz. But then there's also going to be Excel-based assessments. So there's going to be 4 Excel challenges, 6 Excel challenges that you guys are going to complete. No, I'm sorry, I said 6. There are 4 Excel challenges that you guys are going to complete, which are worth about 40% of your grade. And then there's also going to be a chapter quiz for each chapter, a final exam at the end, and then some discussion pieces. So that's the assignment schedule, and I've got a calendar with that. I'll go over in more detail, but that's the type of assessments we'll be doing in this class. The instruction materials, there's going to be some like PDF files and information available for you in Blackboard. The bulk of it is going to be on this link here, the Reach Higher Data Analysis link. This textbook is free to you, of course, as with all the textbooks in this program. Microsoft Excel is required for this class. There are some older versions of Excel that aren't going to have a couple of the charts we use for one of the assignments. And so you're going to need Microsoft Office 365 most likely. Up to date. It is free for NSU students. Just please make sure you have that installed. I know that some of you guys use Chromebooks and you're used to using Google Sheets. You can get most of the work done in Sheets, but not all of it. Sheets is not a fully acceptable substitute for Microsoft Excel. You guys are going to have to submit your assignments as Excel files, not links to Google Sheets. And again, because of those charts and graphs that are available only in Excel, you're not going to be able to earn full points if you use Sheets. Now, if there's no other option, you can't get a hold of any personal computer device of your own that's either Windows or Mac operating system, and you have to do it, then you have to do it. But just know that if that's the case, the full points are not going to be possible on using a Chromebook and Google Sheets, because these assignments are part of the curriculum for the class, and that's not set by me, that's set by the entire program across the state using the same book, the same assignment. So there are options though. Our computer lab has Microsoft Excel, of course. If you have your student ID, it's accessible 24 hours a day. Otherwise, it's available something like 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at at all the campuses. And then after hours, you can swipe your student ID to get in. There is a virtual desktop if it came down to it. And if it becomes an option, I can show you guys how to use that. You can log in virtually, remotely to a virtual desktop. You can save the file and then email it to yourself and then submit that file. So there's ways to get around this limitation, but Excel is required for those 4 assignments to get it, to be able to be possible to get all 100 points available on it. So again, if there's any questions about that, the use of Excel specifically, please let me know. Here's the distribution of points. So what you'll see on here is that all the points add up to 1,000 points total. That makes it very simple to understand how your grade's going to be. 90% or above is an A. So 900 points gets you to an A. You don't necessarily have to worry about the percentage on any one individual assignment. Okay, on this quiz, oh man, I got an F on this quiz. Okay, well what's an F on this quiz? It's worth 40 points. An F would be anything below 60%. So you're still getting, 23 points out of 40? So you're down 17 points. You got an F on a quiz, but you're really down 17 total points, right? You need 900 total. You've got a 100-point wiggle room. okay, and still get an A in this class. So don't worry about and don't put too much stress on the result of any one given assignment. Look at it holistically, the whole thing. You need to get 900 points if you're looking for an A. 800 to 899 is a B. 700, 799 is a C. You need to get at least a D to pass this class. So that's 600 to 699 points, right? There is some potential for unforeseen mitigating circumstances that will require an exemption of assignment or the total points not to add up to the full amounts. Maybe there's an emergency or whatever, and an assignment gets exempted or some sort of network outage or whatever. If that were the case, just know that even though it's planned to be 1,000-point scale, there is some possibility that there won't be 1,000 points possible. Thus, your points you earn divided by the points possible is your final percentage. Your grade is percentage based. So even though I say 900 points is an A, that's assuming no mitigating circumstances. 90% is an A, 80 to 89.9% is a B, and so on. So hopefully that makes sense. Again, if it doesn't, reach out to me. We'll talk about it further. Email is the best way to get a hold of me. Please tell me not just what you're talking about in the subject line, but what course it's about. I teach multiple courses across a lot of different disciplines and areas. So just so that I know quicker what it's in reference to, please make sure you say something like data analysis or org leadership 3333 or something like that, some reference to our course in some way along with, I mean, you really just need that as a subject line. Just tell me the course as a subject line is perfectly fine. And then whatever your question is, and that'll just help me get back to you sooner. And then after that, assignments. You can't email me an assignment to submit it. It has to be submitted for Blackboard and for me to grade it. Simple there. All assignments must be submitted in Blackboard. Consider this the only warning for cheating and plagiarism. Okay, plagiarism is using somebody else's work, trying to pass it off as your own. That's cheating. The consequences are that you get a 0% if you cheat. Don't do it. I'm interested in your original work. When the discussion boards happen, I've had students copy and paste discussion questions from Course Hero as their discussion. I'm more interested in what you guys have to say than anything that's technically right in any way, right? I when it comes to discussions, I want to know what your thoughts are on the matter. Okay, I'm just looking for original work. So just let that be the warning there. Don't plagiarize, don't cheat. If it happens once, you get a 0 on the assignment. If it happens twice, you fail the class. So please don't. Again, I'm just interested in original work passed off by yourself more than anything that's technically correct in any way. If you're struggling in any way with any assignment, reach out to me. We'll get through it, I promise. Discussion activities. From time to time, of course, there's going to be some issue that causes assignments to potentially be late. For most of these assignments, I will accept it late with a markdown. So let me just go over what I mean there. Discussion activity. So if there's a discussion activity, that's going to have where you're going to put an initial post of your own work and then commentary on 2 other students. Okay. I want the discussions to be timely. And so the discussions are only going to be open for the week that the discussion is due. Your initial post is going to be worth 30 of the potential 40 points. So I will accept that part of it late by 1, 2, or 3 days. However, there'll be a 10, 20, or 30% markdown if you submit it late. The commentary portion, where you're commenting on other people, I don't expect other students to come back to their posts days later after the period of discussion to come back and to view your commentary. For that reason, the commentary, I'm not going to accept late. So that portion of the discussion won't be accepted late. However, the 30 of the 40 points with a small markdown can be submitted late. Excel challenges, same kind of deal here. 10, 20, or 30% late if it's 1, 2, or 3 days late. After that, I won't accept it. Chapter quizzes and exams. Now, here's where, and here's my reason for this. I want you guys to be able to review your quizzes and review the exam so that you can reach out to me if there's any issues. I don't want that to be delayed. For that reason, I don't accept late work on the quizzes and especially the exam because it's the end of the semester. And so it's very important that you get your quizzes done on time by Sunday night. I will be opening these no later than week 2. I'll have every one of these open for you guys to work ahead of time. If you know that you've got a vacation planned or something where you're not going to be available that week or weekend, you guys just work ahead of time and get it done. So the quizzes and the exams will all be opened up early for you to work on. The Excel challenges will be opened up early for you guys to work on. The discussion activities are the piece that it's only going to be open the week that's in the syllabus. It'll be open for that week because, again, I want the discussions to be timely when you guys are interacting with one another for those 3 weeks. All right. After that, it's important that you show integrity of work, not using anyone else's work. That counts as plagiarism. Mutual respect. So we're going to ensure that when our discussions happen, that we are respectful of one another's opinion. The opinions are going to differ. Any kind of issues when it comes to student support, reach out to me. There's also student affairs, student disability services. If you need extended time on your quizzes because of a disability, ADHD, any kind of learning disability of any kind, reach out to student services. Once that's on your record, they email me and let me know that you're qualified for extended test times, whatever the case is. So that service is there for you if you need support. And not just that. I mean, if you are struggling with financial issues, student support is there for you. We have a food pantry if you're having issues supplying food for yourself or your family. So there's a lot that student support can do for you, and those resources available. We allocate a lot of time, money, and resources to those. And please don't hesitate to reach out to use those. If there's any issues or concerns with the way I'm running the course or anything like that, please reach out to me and let me know. We can usually walk through and handle that. If I'm unable to resolve it, the department chair is the next person to reach out to. After that, up the chain of command if you're not getting the resolution that you need. And then same thing with grade appeal. It goes, there's a petition and timeline for that, but if there's issues or questions about the grade that you're given, reach out to me. We can talk through it. There will be some ways to make up some of the points by the end of the semester through an extra credit activity. But otherwise, again, as with anything, any issues, concerns, reach out to me first. We'll almost certainly be able to work through it. I'm very empathetic. I'm very open to work with you guys on those matters. All right, we've got 8 chapters of the book. So chapters 1 through 6 are the first 6 weeks, and then chapters 7 and 8 are both going to be handled that last week. So they're going to be opened up early. At some point, you might want to work ahead on chapter 7, just so you can make sure you get it done on time. And that's so that we can have everything done for finals week. There's a comprehensive exam, and that's all we do the last week. There's an exam that week. Every other week, you can see there's a quiz, weeks 1 through 7, and then it's either going to be a discussion or an Excel challenge. So you've got 2 assignments a week, quiz plus this other element, either discussion or Excel quiz. That continues for 8 weeks. After 8 weeks, you're done. You pass the class, right? If there's any issues that pop up that first week, the last day to drop and get a refund is the January 17th. The last day to drop and get a grade of W guaranteed is February 24th. After that date, there's a small period in which you can withdraw and get a W on your grade, but you have to be at a D or above average at the time you withdraw. If you're failing the class and you withdraw, it's still an F after that February 24th date. Planned topics and assignments are subject to change. That's just a disclaimer on all of my classes. However, this class, because it's set from the Reach Higher program and it's the same at all the colleges that participate in that, unlikely to change in any way, again, unless there's mitigating circumstances of any kind. So hopefully all that makes sense. Blackboard this first week, we are up to a new version of Blackboard. And so I'm not able to import the module folders directly from the past semester. So trying to get all of those up and running for you as soon as possible. It's more than likely, though, that I'll just have the first couple of weeks of folders open initially, but by the end of week 2, you guys will have access to all the rest of them, just as I'm able to get it up. So no guarantee that all 8 weeks will be open by the time this starts, by the time you're viewing this, but I hope to, I try to get it done. It's just taking a little longer because of this one-time new version of Blackboard that we've come across. So looking forward to a great semester and see you guys get through this class and get on with your degrees and getting that done. So thanks, everyone.